Dave, just maybe your thoughts on Kelowna so far and what you kind of aim to get done here in terms of team bonding and all that.
Beautiful place, beautiful day yesterday. Everybody had a good day out. The players had a day on their own yesterday that they had a real good day. Coaches and some management people and played some golf, so it's been good. Very good practice today. I'm really pleased with the way we showed up, ready to work today. And we'll have a team dinner tonight, practice here tomorrow, and go home.
Speaking of practice, a new face in Mike Smith, who is battling the flu. What kind of elements does Mike Smith bring to the table that are maybe not as conventional as the traditional goalie?
Well, he's a veteran goaltender. He knows what to expect. The key difference that he has is the ability to move the puck from back there. He's probably, if not the best in the game, right there, and the ability to move the puck. So he's still, he battled through his first practice today. We'll see where he is tomorrow. I'd like to get him in at least one full game, the rest of the week, maybe two. But we'll see how he gets through tomorrow. We'll determine how much he'll play this week.
Where are you with your goaltending? Mikko had a much improved second game. You got another guy here who's got to get some minutes in here. Hasn't played yet.
Yeah, so that's why we have to get him.
Crucial position.
No, it's a crucial position.
You think?
Yeah. I like a lot of confidence in our team playing six guys out all the time, but I'm not sure that would be the ideal situation. That's why we need to get Schmitty up and going, and hopefully it was a good day today. Dr. Schwartz, he said we gave him the opportunity to spell out when he needed to spell out with Starrett, and he didn't take any spells, so that's a good sign. So he'll get another work day tomorrow. I would like to see him see partial game on Tuesday. If we don't give him a whole game, give him a partial game, and then hopefully he's ready for a full game on Thursday maybe.
When you have one goalie who plays the puck really, really well, and another guy who just doesn't play it that much, what happens with your team when they go in and out? How different is the defensive?
Been there, done that in Dallas with Marty Turco and some of the backups we had, other than when Smith was there. So there is a little bit of an adjustment, but it's not that big that it changes the whole game plan. Right? There's just one guy that just gets to more pucks and moves it. But Kost's not bad. He gets out there and gets them stopped. And if we can keep Kost pretty simple, but there's fine line on both ways. Like Schmitty gets out there and all of a sudden gets too much going. We got to rein him back a little bit, and vice versa. What happens a lot of time is when one guy plays it so well, the other guy who that's not one of his main attributes, he decides that he wants to do it that way too.
Yeah.
And so we need players to play to their strengths. You play to your strengths and be efficient that way, and that's the way we'll do it.
What was the significance of the orange sweaters today?
Nothing. Just we got actually close to 6 lines. Yurko was out there skating, but he's non-contact. But so basically trying to balance out the lines. A lot of the drills you see were all 5-on-5.
Right.
So we had one orange had to jump into 2 different lines. So it's just 2 blue, 2 white, and even though we had 5 orange,
So that's not a message to bubble players or anything like that?
No, you know what? We looked at the lineup today, and we came here. If you look at, other than Pearson, it's all veteran players. All those veteran players in the spots that they're assigned to be, and that's how we decided today. We're looking for stability, and when you get into a practice and you're trying to do a bunch of things new, your veterans bring that stability to your group.
Are you finding or seeing clarity? You got a pretty good sense now of what this team will look like?
It's clearer just because I've got to know the players better,
Yeah.
But there's still positions up for grabs. I mean, there's still a couple of injury situations we're looking at. There's a couple of the defense it's not set in stone by any stretch. Chris Russell hasn't played yet. Hopefully, that was his first good practice today. So hopefully we can get him going. Pearson has been all right in his 2 games. Bear has been all right in his games also. Lageson's been fine. So there's still some tinkering there to do.
So you say that you and Kenny both say you don't want to take a young player and make him the number 7. A guy like Bear's played 2 years pro.
Yeah,
He's young, but he's not so young. Is that fair?
Tweener.
Yeah.
Tweener.
What do you like about him? Like, what's he?
You know what? First and foremost, come in great shape. Worked hard all summer. I love his attitude. He's got a positive attitude. Like he's upbeat all the time, wants to get better right now. Is is kind of an in-betweener. He can move the puck well, but he still has a thought process. He's got to be a good defender. So he's an interesting guy, and he looks quicker. His mindset seems really clear, and he's out there working hard to try to find a position on the team.
He's one of those guys. They talk about Bouchard because he's a high draft pick, and they talk about maybe a Samorukov because he had a really sexy run in junior. And this guy's fallen. He's been 2 years in Baco, and he's kind of fallen between the cracks. But there looks like there might be a guy there.
It's a very good example of how, because young, supposedly outstanding prospects are getting judged on their junior game, not their pro game. It's a big difference to get judged on a pro game than a junior game, right? They can play their 35 minutes in junior and cruise around and make a bunch of mistakes, and they're still going back out there, right? In the NHL, it doesn't work that way, right? So they come in as heralded young prospects, but now to get to the NHL, that doesn't give their team a spot in the lineup. They've got to do it in the NHL. And when you have a guy like Bear or a guy like Lagesson that's played 2 years in the American League, those guys learn how to play. They know how to play in certain situations, and that's probably given those guys a leg up right now.
Dave, what do you like about the pairing of Klefbom and Persson, especially Persson coming into that duo?
Well, nothing's set in stone there yet, so
Yep.
let's keep that in perspective. But Clef is just a real steady guy, We're looking for a right-hander there, and Persson is a good puck mover. He's a guy that's played pretty well in camp so far. But we were just talking about young Bear. He's played very well also. So we'll see how it goes here the next couple games. But it's we'd like to see a right-hander with Clef and a guy that can move the puck well.
Seems like they have similar skill sets, but do you see some complementary skill sets maybe in that pair as well?
Yeah, I think Clef, being a veteran guy, he's a stabilizer in it. That Persson's still a young player. He's not young by age, but a young player in this league. So there's lots to learn there, lots to learn for him. So we'll see how it goes.